Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the NJ podcast. This podcast aims to share stories, tips, and insights about achieving success while having fun. From topics ranging from personal development to business, entertainment, and sports, the podcast will have conversations with experts and people in their respective fields. The podcast will also share insights from Jablo James's published and upcoming books. The tagline, which is the theme of the podcast, is "Success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal." This means that you are doing what you have always wanted to do because it is aligned with your highest values, and this is the only way you can live a truly fulfilled life. Your host, Jablo James.
And 3, 2, 1. Hey everyone, NJ here, host of the NJ podcast. Welcome back to another episode on the conversation segment of the show. This is where we talk with very interesting people, funny people, glamorous people, fashionable people, smart people. I want to with people with MBAs, mega bank accounts. Remember the theme of the show is that success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. That means you're going after what you've always wanted to go after because it's aligned with your highest values, and that is the only way to live a truly fulfilled and successful life. And on the show today, round 2, we have Rebecca Twala. How are you doing?
I'm okay, thanks. And yourself?
Good. Thank you very much for making time to come back a second time. 3 years ago, you were the earlier ones. You were the earlier.
Oh yes, it's been 3 years.
It's almost 3 years. It's been almost 3 years. Yeah, a lot has happened since then.
A lot has happened.
A lot of life has happened. A lot of growth has happened. So we've got quite a bit to cover, quite a bit to chat about. So for the people that are not au fait with you, just give us a quick background of yourself, where you're from, what you studied, what your current occupation is, and just give us that background, Rebecca.
All right. So I am Rebecca Twala, and
Tanya, I didn't know that part. That's that
yeah.
part.
I
You hide that.
Yeah, I do hide that.
Yeah.
And there's no reason. There's no particular reason. It's just that it's too many names.
Oh yeah.
To just like put on social
1, 2,
media.
3, 4.
Like no. Yeah, I was a loved baby. So clearly, I was a loved baby.
Yeah.
And I'm from Joburg.
Yeah.
From DK, Diepkloof in Soweto.
Mm-hmm.
And then I grew up between Diepkloof and Lone Hill,
Yeah,
Fourways.
The north, hey? Yeah.
Yeah. And okay, so I went to boarding school and day school in my primary and high school years. So it was a bit of a mix of experiences, I think, so to speak. And I went to Rhodes. That's where I met you.
Yeah, Rhodes University. Yeah.
Yes, Rhodes University. I studied economics and I did my honors in economics at Rhodes.
Yeah.
Couple of years later, I did my postgrad diploma in general management, and then I did my MBA, and now I work as an executive assistant.
Yes.
So from a career perspective.
So she's rich, guys.
No.
Yes, she's rich.
No.
She won't tell you, but she's rich.
I am definitely
she
not
pulled
rich.
up in a Ferrari. I'm like, how? Like, Kanjan.
Please.
All right, I'm kidding.
Because people are going to really expect me to be pulling up in places
with a Ferrari.
In a Ferrari.
A yellow one, even, not a red one.
Oh my goodness. My word.
I'm going to stop. No, she should come in a Ferrari. She left it at home.
Yeah. My imaginary Ferrari, I left it at home.
Yeah.
So I started in consulting.
Sure.
Worked in consulting for about 8.5 years. And then I decided that, you know what, done consulting. I want to get into a more, I don't know, if I'm going to do some consulting work, it has to be in-house.
Yeah.
So I want to be on the client side. And I ended up with my dream job, which is a job I'd been hunting for about 4 years prior to me getting it.
4 years.
Yeah.
So how did the hunt for this dream job start? Like 4 years. How Like, what was the journey to say, okay, this is the job that I want. It's going to take me 4 years to get there. Did you plan out?
Oh no,
What was that journey like?
Oh no. I definitely did not think it was going to take me 4 years.
Okay.
I thought it was going to take me 6 years to get it.
Okay.
Yeah, 6. No, 6 months.
6
Sorry,
months.
6
oh,
months.
Okay. That's a big difference.
Yeah. I guess it speaks to my patience.
Yeah.
My ability to be a patient person. So I was working with a recruiter,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to name her because she's absolutely amazing.
Okay.
Robin. Oh, her surname escapes me, but her name is Robin.
Yeah.
And she works at Payton Personnel. Yeah.
Payton Personnel.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for 4 years, her and I were working towards me getting into an EA role. And I was very clear.
For those who don't know what EA is,
it's an executive assistant.
Executive assistant. I hear, I think enterprise architect. It's
oh yeah.
Some people think
executive assistant.
Yeah.
And for those that want to know what an executive assistant is, there's obviously different levels of being an executive. It's different types of executive assistants.
Yeah.
Assistants.
Yeah.
And also different levels.
Yeah.
So I work for a financial services firm.
Yeah.
Insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So insurance, and I am a group executive assistant. So
she's not just executive assistant, group executive assistant.
Okay.
I need to change the title.
No, leave it as is. So obviously companies have a lot of executive assistants across the board. And so I report to the sales guy in the firm. And yeah, like it's been such an amazing journey, honestly. It's been, and it was worth the 4-year wait. It was worth the 4-year wait. And when I look back at it, I was meant to wait 4 years for this role.
Why were you meant to wait 4 years?
Because what I'm exposed to right now, I wouldn't have appreciated it had I got this job 6 months into it.
Sure.
6 months into my search.
Yeah.
So I had to wait because in that time I was in consulting, getting promoted.
Yeah.
But also understanding that that's not where I want to be at. I wanted to be an executive assistant. And so I was really working hard at trying to make sure that I get my ducks in a row for me to prepare me for this role. And that 4-year wait, it wasn't just me waiting and doing nothing about it, but it was waiting and actually preparing myself from a physical, mental, and just professional perspective, professional level, for me to get to where I am and for me to succeed in this role. Because it is a challenging role, and like any other person, I do have imposter syndrome, right? In some instances,
you're like the 5th person this week to tell me that they've got imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
What is imposter syndrome, and how did you deal with it, or are you still dealing with it?
I'm still dealing with it.
Yeah.
Yesterday was the 1st of July. I started my role last year yesterday.
Oh, well done.
Yeah. Yeah, so
you survived. Well done. You survived.
Right? Oh my goodness.
Did you buy a cake with a 1-year candle on it?
Honestly, yesterday was very busy. I didn't have time for it, and I think I'll come back to the topic. But another issue with me is that I really don't celebrate my milestones. I'm always on to the next, and it's a really bad habit. It's not something I wear with a badge of honor. It's not something that I'm proud of. It's something that I acknowledge is my weakness, and I'm really trying to be a bit more appreciative of my journey and how far I've come and all my accomplishments. Because when you told me to write a bio, I was so tired, and I started thinking of all the things that I've done, and I thought, oh my gosh, I've done so much and I've celebrated none. Yeah,
you see.
I've graduated 4 times and I haven't celebrated a single graduation.
Not a single
one.
4 times.
I haven't celebrated a single one. And
not once.
No, not even. And my parents, my family, my friends, they're all telling me, okay, dude, we have to celebrate the MBA.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years since I finished it, and I still haven't done anything. And I promise, I actually am going to celebrate it, but it's probably going to be like next year.
The day I graduate with an MBA, like I don't know what is going to happen. So an ATM just because I've got an MBA, because I'm printing money now with an MBA, isn't it?
It's not like that. It's not like that.
Not like that.
No. It's not like that. I mean, we're moving off topic because I actually want to go back to the executive assistant thing. I think it's a really, really important aspect of my life. I'm currently living my dream.
Yeah.
I've been working towards this role for the past 5 years, because I've been in it for a year.
Yeah.
So the past 5 years. And to live in it, I still forget how important my boss is.
Yeah, you forget.
No, I really do, because to me, he's just my boss.
Yeah.
And, at work, people will be like, there's a girl with the money. And I'm like, I have no money. I just report to the guy.
Who has the money?
I have no money. And, and I realized that I had a conversation with a colleague.
Yeah.
And she said to me, where you are it's not just for you. It's for others to feel inspired and motivated by what you've achieved.
Yeah.
And because we were talking about the fact that I don't celebrate my milestones, she said that it's so important to celebrate your milestones, because you have people that are rooting for you and that need a reminder that it is possible.
100%.
It is possible to reach your goals, and there's no any rejection that I've received towards getting up to this point was honestly redirection for me getting the perfect EA role. Because I had been applying for EA roles, and I would always get to top 2. Always get to top 2. So I knew that I'm an EA right at this point in my life. But it just wasn't the right time, and I think that God did a perfect thing by placing me where I am right now with the boss that I'm reporting to, with the company that I'm in, because their values, the culture, my boss, it's literally so me that I think I was destined for this job. And and with the imposter syndrome, with the imposter syndrome always creeping in just to kind of like derail me from my destiny. Because you always you kind of sell yourself short and tell yourself that there could be better people that are more qualified for this role. And imposter syndrome is always creeping in, especially in this role, because you get the decision makers are within close proximity compared to my previous roles. And I'm able to see the firm at a bird's eye view, right? And I'm able to get access to information, and just also able to place my ideas forward and just see them come to fruition and affect other people within the organization. And that is I cannot describe it for the life of me. And so with that being said, I'm really at a place where I'm just genuinely grateful. I'm grateful. I live each day as if it's my last. Because the 4 years it took for me to get to where I'm at, it took a whole lot of heartbreak, a lot of pain, but a lot of hard work, and a lot of and a huge imposter syndrome shadow of myself. And
You're
right
not
now,
good enough. Who do you think you
exactly
are? Other people are better suited.
Right.
Go back home.
Exactly. And right now the shadow is like, the
shadow
is there,
minimized,
but
it's like minimized.
Yeah, it's shorter than me, so it's
shorter
pretty short.
It's pretty short, because
Yeah.
in the beginning was like this
it was very big.
thing.
You know that Chicken Licken ad
Yeah,
where the
that
cravings got
might-
that was my imposter syndrome shadow.
Yeah.
So right now it's like almost non-existent, but we're working at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just at a very I'm really at a happy space, and also just to go further as to
Yeah,
explaining
yeah.
what an executive assistant
Yeah,
is.
what do they do?
So I'm a chief of staff basically.
Mm-hmm. So you fire people.
No.
How's it like to fire people?
No.
Oh, okay.
I do not fire people. I do not hire people. I do not fire people. Nope, that's not what I do.
I've got this sadistic dream. It's just a sadistic dream. I grew up watching WWE, Vince McMahon. You're fired.
No.
And Donald Trump also saying you're fired. I just want to hire someone for the express roll, just firing them just to get that out the way.
Why?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. It's bad.
How about you look at your teddy bear and tell your teddy bear that it's fired? Get it out of your system. There's nothing great about telling someone that they're fired.
Oh, I can imagine though. I can imagine.
Yeah. So
I think you know what I'll do? I'll put that in the contract. I'm hiring you just for this week, just so I can fire at the end.
Okay. Do they get paid per annum?
Huh?
Do they get paid for like a huge lump sum just so that you can tell them they fired?
If that's what it takes, then that's what it takes.
Oh yeah, then hire me for 1 day. I'll take leave. I'll take leave 1 day. I'll take leave on the 1 day that I'm supposed to work for you, just so that you can tell me I'm fired before I work, and I've earned my
get a lump sum.
I get a lump sum. I'm willing to do that.
You see, I just want to do that, and then it's out of my system.
You can even do it at I don't know, at a monument of some
at a
sort.
monument.
Yeah, if you want to do that. If
Rebecca Twala, you're fired.
Great.
And then
Thank you for my check.
Act like you cry.
No.
You want to act like that? No.
No, sorry. Because then I'll be getting a big fat check.
You'll be getting a big fat
It's going to
check.
be very difficult for me to act like I'm crying. If you hadn't told me I would get my big fat check before, then perhaps I would have been able to act like I'm crying. But
you'll just be like, oh well.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh well, I'm gonna get my money. So.
Oh boy, that's just. I think I want to do it in a legal way. I just want to just say that. I just want to just say it and get out the way.
Yeah, as long as in the contract it says
as long as the contract
you only have me for 8 hours.
Yeah.
I can take leave from work and then
And
I'll
then
give you that 8 hours.
and then
Yeah.
lump sum. Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
And then
cool.
I've still got my job.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you, as the chief, you're basically a chief of staff, but you don't hire and fire people. So what is it that you do? Because I thought chief of staff you can hire and fire people, or maybe I was just watching too many American movies. Right?
Yeah, you're definitely.
Okay. All right. Cool.
It's
so
a lie.
Teach me. What is teach us? Yeah.
Okay, so in my role, anyways.
Yeah.
So what I do is so obviously any manager or any exec would have special projects that are coming out of their offices. So as a chief of staff, you kind of like lead those projects, and you kind of delegate and work to making sure that anything that's affecting him, you deliver it basically. So I do everything he can't do or he doesn't want to do. But it's more he can't do than he doesn't want to do. His diary is full of meetings.
Yeah.
And engagements.
That's it.
And he's a sales guy, so he needs to actually engage with clients and engage with people that work within his department to get clients, So a lot of the deliverables come from me. And we work together to make sure that they reflect his views and his vision for the business unit. And so forth. And then, of course, there's the board packs that you write. Yeah.
Aren't those fun, hey?
Yeah. They are so fun. So fun.
Really?
No.
They're not fun at all.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, preparing a board pack for the board.
Yeah.
There's a specific language. You need to be careful of your audience, but you also need to tell the truth about what's happening in the business.
Yeah.
You have to understand the business unit from beginning to end. Like it's a lot. But one thing that I will say about writing up board packs is that you really get to learn about your business on an intimate level. Yeah, because you have to report back what the most important pieces of pieces of what's happening in the business unit.
Mhm.
But in order for you to do so, you need to understand what's happening across the business
Yeah,
unit.
true.
You have to know everything about the business unit. And so,
Yeah.
that's what I would say is very interesting about preparing board packs.
Mhm.
And there's hardly any sleep around that period. So,
So
like
the board
quarter,
packs prepare every quarter, yeah?
yeah, every
Okay.
quarter,
It's basically
every
every 3
quarter,
months.
basically.
So you can sleep for 3 months and then
No,
not
no,
sleep
no,
for...
no. Then there's other projects I'm working on,
Yeah, yeah.
and there's other deliverables and reports that I submit, and so like we've just ended quarter 2, which is half year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sleep this week.
Oh,
and
so
next
it's,
week.
this week you need to prepare the board pack.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's
Yeah.
not just this week. It's like just in the next month or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what else is involved other than, managing your boss's diary, putting the board packs together?
Mm-hmm.
What is the nature of the other projects that you work on?
So obviously, like a lot of stuff that you work, like it's special projects.
Yeah.
So whatever strategic initiatives that we're running in order for us to support the overall group strategy, that's what we do.
Yeah.
So obviously I cannot go into detail on that
No,
because
100%.
but yeah, that's basically what you do, and you're a custodian of the business, more specifically the business unit, and you are a reflection of the executive that that you report to or you support, and so that's basically what I do. But more, if I were to really simplify it as much as I possibly can, I'm gonna think of my consulting days. So you'd have a project, right? Maybe at for a specific company, they are implementing an enterprise resource planning.
Yeah,
Is it?
it's ERP.
Yeah, I remembered. Enterprise resource planning program.
Yeah, sure.
Right? So that means that there's little projects in there. So there would be a project for HR, a project for finance, a project for procurement.
Sure.
That's what I do, but at a higher level.
So
there would be multiple stuff running in the business unit, and then I would run some of them. Yeah.
So do you have people reporting into you?
No.
You don't have people reporting?
No.
You don't want people reporting into you?
No.
You don't?
Not in this role. Not in this role.
Not in this role.
Yeah,
Okay.
no. I don't want to say I never want people. No, I definitely would love to have people reporting into me in the future.
Yeah.
But not in this role.
Not in this role.
Yeah, not in this role. I don't have anyone reporting into me in this role.
Because I'm trying to think of the structure. You say you're a group executive assistant.
Okay, so let's do this. You have your CEO.
Yeah.
Then you have your executives, managing executives or heads of business units that are reporting into him. And then you have me reporting into the guy that's reporting into the CEO.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and then you have my guy who has a team of executives. They run different parts of the business that he owns. Or he basically he's responsible for. So they have different parts of it that report into him. And I basically, it's a weird system. Because I report into him and I report into one of the guys that report into him.
So how does that work? So then there's your boss, like with the one that you report into, but then there's someone else who reports to him.
Yes, that I report to him as well.
So would that person not have their own executive assistant?
Yes, they typically could, but I'm also the executive assistant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
So I play two hats.
So you're basically quote unquote double hats. Really.
Yeah, basically.
You're busy, hey?
That's why it's taken me so long to come here.
Yeah, like we try to get you back on for the past 2 years.
You have.
So it's
you have.
Like after done with the MBA, I'm like, Nazo.
Yeah, you're like, round 2, and I was like, listen.
No, we don't have that time. So that is a bit weird because I'm like, here I was thinking all you did was just manage people's diaries.
That's a PA.
Is that a PA?
Mm-hmm.
That's a different. So yours is like more involved and at a different level.
Yeah, that's more. That's a PA. I mean, I could manage some part of his diary, and that is maybe strategic conversations that you'd have with people, where strategic conversations that he's having with other people, right?
Yes.
So maybe I could manage getting information to him prior to the meetings, just so that he has context to the conversation,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that sort of stuff. And also just managing how he governs his business unit. I'd also be involved in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't set up meetings. No,
Mm-hmm.
that's not. He's got a PA for that.
Mm-hmm.
His travel is sorted out by the PA.
Mm-hmm.
I just work very closely with the PA to make sure that there's very little clashes. So I would have the PA just would sort of like slot in like engagements in his diary.
Mm-hmm.
I would look at, okay, he's having this engagement now, but he's the due date for that, for the deliverable that he need for that due date is actually before. So perhaps we need to, or is after, or perhaps we need to move out the engagement so that we make sure that the due date is before, and you know, all of that stuff. So I'm very content based, whereas she's just like time based.
More
like
time based.
Yeah, like okay, does he have time? Does he slot in enough time for rest? That sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm more content and special projects based.
I can't wait to tell him like group CEO of so I can have my own executive assistant.
Yeah,
have them
but-
cancel my meetings. And, but no, I don't
No,
wanna
but
do
that would be your PA,
Huh?
not your executive assistant. Because executive assistant, I mean, that would be someone that is trying to job shadow you, right? They're trying to get.
Basically 2IC, right?
Yes. So that's what I do. I'm basically job shadowing him, but I'm getting paid to job shadow him, and I'm helping him be more effective.
Look at that. So that's a
No.
beautiful job. That's a beautiful
No.
job.
Because if he
eh?
doesn't sleep, I don't sleep.
Oh, yeah, very true. Yeah,
If he
yeah.
doesn't sleep, I don't sleep.
Yeah. Then you take
Yeah.
another 3 years to
And-
come on the podcast again. You see, now we've got
And
issues.
also when he's traveling,
Yeah.
if I might I add, when he's traveling, I have to make sure
Is it-
that his deliverables are still
Okay.
produced on time.
Yeah. So do you travel as a result of your role?
No, not that much.
Not that
I mean,
much.
I've traveled a couple of
Was it Dubai or Paris? Where did
No.
you-
local travel. Yeah.
Local travel.
Yeah, local travel.
Pretoria,
But
just
yeah, just yeah. Even Sentin.
Excited.
Can't call that traveling. That's like 50 minutes from my place.
Ushay around. That's what you do. Ushay around.
Yeah, I'm basically just giving them feedback on their.
When I say travel, I'm like you go to like Angola, you go to the UK, go to Okay.
I haven't needed to. I
Haven't
haven't
needed
needed
to,
to.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I haven't needed to. Yeah, no, because remember, like he goes because he's engaging with these people physically, right? And then there are also people that work directly with these people that travel with him. So like me, I'm supposed to make sure that his office is running in the background while he's not here.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it's,
so if he takes leave for like a month, things must still be running.
yeah, things must be running.
Yeah, and if they don't run, they're gonna be like, "You didn't do your job." Is that what they're gonna be saying?
I haven't had that because I'm always making sure things run. So
No, I'm saying.
I haven't been in a position
I
for
know you
that to
haven't been in a
happen.
position. I'm saying that if
I understand.
If it happened, then they'll go into
Perhaps. I don't know.
Ah.
I've never been put in a position where I say, so you didn't do your job. I mean, I've made a mistake.
Yeah.
You know, I've made a costly mistake.
Yeah.
No, not a costly mistake. I'm lying. Because costly sounds like it was a financial issue.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I just mean costly in terms of like it was a big boo boo.
Okay.
But it didn't have financial implications.
Okay.
But I was able to fix it. But yeah, I guess it would be on me that I didn't do my job. But that's never going to happen because I do my job.
I know you do your job. I'm just saying where the accountability lies. Well, basically, so he'd be accountable for all of his work.
Yes.
And then sometimes you'd be responsible for doing
100%.
some of the work. Yeah, that's what I'm looking
100%.
at. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what has been the highlight of being an EA?
Oh yeah, definitely being in rooms where you wouldn't get an opportunity to be in
Yeah,
if you're even
not an EA.
yeah, if you're not an EA.
Yeah,
Even just being um ahead of something, like head of something within a department,
mm-hmm.
you chances are you haven't been exposed to some of the conversations that I've been in
Yeah,
because you're not within close proximity to my boss.
yeah,
So it's also just watching my boss's mind, like or watching him think
mm-hmm.
and how he thinks and how he interprets not information. How he processes and interprets information. It's mind blowing. It's been a year of me doing this, but till today I'm still learning.
You're still learning it. Like
Yeah.
your mind blown by it.
Yes, like something will happen, and also being exposed to various parts of the company that I typically wouldn't be. Like I can work tomorrow and I would be predominantly within the HR space, and then the next day would be finance. Then the other day would be operations. Then it would be IT. So you're exposed to a multitude of functions within the business unit, and so you also end up understanding intimately how the engine of the business is running. That you typically wouldn't be able to have that kind of exposure if you're specialized or head of maybe IT. If you're head of IT, you're just exposed to IT, but there's no finance to it, there's no HR in it, there's no ops to it. Yes, you'd work with those people, but you're not exposed to how they work and how they collaborate to make sure that the business unit is functioning. And I think that for me is probably the biggest highlight. Yeah.
It's like being able to understand all parts of the business.
Yeah.
For an extended period. And
Yeah.
the next thing it just switches and then you're somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
Like not even next thing. Like it's literally
Who's
like
the recruiter for us? Just
Robin, who works at a recruitment firm
something
called
personal, right?
Payton.
Payton.
Yeah, so it's Paton.
Okay.
Yes, I forgot her surname, but it starts with a K. And yeah, we've been working at it for.
I'm coming for you.
we were working on it for 4 years. Yeah,
4 years. You said 4 years.
Yeah. And here's the thing.
Yeah?
Here's a great thing about this role, and why I know that it was meant for me. So Robin contacts me. So for the longest time, she's been trying to get me into an EA role, and then she said, it's very difficult for me to sell you, Rebecca, and I know that you do well in an EA role. Then I decided, you know what, I'm actually going to do my MBA to get me closer to this.
Yeah.
To get me closer to this role. And she said, you doing your MBA is great, Rebecca. I should be able to sell you a bit more.
Yeah.
And we struggled a bit, and then this role came up. So this one came up, and it also came up for a competitor. But the competitor EA role was not for a group executive. Just a little lower, right?
It was a relegation zone.
And it was in IT, and given the fact that I had IT experience, Robin said, hey, I've got these two EA roles, but I think that you would do better in the IT one.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put your name forward for this one, the one I'm in right now. And she's like, I don't think you're going to get this one. But you know what? Let's just try. And I said, yeah, I see what you mean. I don't think, but you know what? That's my job.
Let's give it a shot. So you said it's your
job.
No,
I was like, no, that's my job. You know?
Boy.
Yeah, I was like, no. Yeah. I read the spec, and I was like, some of the stuff, no, it's fine. I can learn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, surely. I mean, if I finish an MBA, surely I can learn this. So I gave it, I put in my CV. She didn't hear back for the IT EA role, but she heard back for this one.
Yeah.
They said, okay, they want to meet with you, and they want to they wanna so the initial interview is just to meet, like a meet and greet type of thing. I think it was a 20-minute interview, very quick, to the point. But because I'd be reporting to the managing executive as well as the exec reporting into him, I had to meet them both.
Yeah.
So I was the first one that the managing executive met.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately when I walked in, it was still during the time where, we could wear masks, not really, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
Yes.
We didn't know if we were advanced stage 16.
Exactly. Where the president just went mute on us.
Exactly.
Yes,
He muted
exactly.
us. That's what he did.
So I wore my mask.
Yeah.
Right. And then eventually while I was busy talking, I said, do you mind if I just remove this mask? And he said, yeah, please. Because he said, can I remove my mask when we started the conversation? So I'm not going to say no. I said, sure.
Sure, yeah.
But I kept my mask on. And then I said, listen, do you mind if I just remove my mask? And he said, yes, please. It would make me feel comfortable. And we just spoke about everything personal. So he really wanted to know who I am outside of my job.
Yeah.
What do I like doing outside of my job?
Becky?
Yes, and who is Becky? And I think for me, when we were talking, I literally thought to myself, I said, I don't even know why this guy's gonna meet all the other candidates, because I know I got this job.
You know.
I was literally like, oh well. This is my job.
Come on now.
It's
formality. It's policy. It's company policy. They have to go
I guess. But I mean, I was just like,
they're wasting their time.
Yeah, yes, this is definitely mine.
I really on Monday.
Right? I was just like, oh man, I should start next week. Why are we wasting time?
Yeah.
And it was, I had such a good conversation with him, and I think for me, like, I didn't realize how important he is in the company I'm at right now, right? Simply because he was just so down to earth.
Just humble.
Yeah, very, very mellow. He's very mellow. He's a very mellow person. But he listens. He listens really well. And he's very open to you expressing yourself in the way that makes you feel comfortable. And it didn't feel like an interview. Mm-hmm. It felt like this, like a podcast. So except I'm doing most of the talking now, actually.
It's exactly like that.
Exactly like this. So and then I went to meet the other exec, and which was great. And he was just like grilling me, and I came back guns blazing. And I, even after that, and which you need to have in an interview. You need to have the, cover the soft side and then cover the hard stuff, right? Great. I called Robin. I said, Robin, I got the job. She said, did they tell? I'm like, no.
No.
I'm telling you I got the job. She said, Rebecca, listen, I would just like to manage your expectations.
Of course Robin is going to say it. Of course she's going to say it.
I said, okay, girl. All right. And then she calls me, I think a week later or a few days later. They want me to do some assessments. I did the assessments. And then a bit after that, now I'm meeting them again, but over Teams.
Sure.
Oh, and I meet with them. Fine, great interview. Loved engaging with them both. And then I called Robin. I said, Robin, because and the beautiful thing about Robin is that she will prep you.
Yeah.
She will prep you. She'll prep you and give you like whatever context she has on the person interviewing you. She'll give you that context.
Sure.
And she'll prep you in terms of, focus on this, even just from a physical perspective, be warm, don't fold your arms too much, don't use your hands too much, but also be warm, be welcoming, but also don't be inauthentic, all these things. Like, really, she was really working towards me getting this job. After the second interview, she says, I said to her, Robin, I got the job. She said, did they tell you? I said, no. She's like, come on, I need you to manage your expectations. Whole time she keeps on saying, I need you to manage your expectations. I said, okay, cool. But I got the job.
Yeah.
So I'd been applying for another role within the financial services for a different company.
Yeah.
And they came back very quickly. I got the job.
Yeah.
And now call Robin. I'm like, Robin,
When did they let me know?
when are they leaving? It's like, oh
I
man,
told you, I wanted to measure.
I just need you to manage your expectations. She's just the whole time she's managing my expectations. And so then I said, Robin, these people told me that I've got the job, blah blah blah, but I really don't want to take it because I know I've got this one.
Yeah.
I know it. And she said,
So why
Rebecca,
didn't you just decline the other one and then be like,
Robin actually, like, she really tried to manage my. She's like, listen, this role at the other financial services company, it's a great role.
Yeah.
It's just that it doesn't give you close proximity to
Uh-huh.
decision makers,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But she was like, you know what, if you can just stretch it a bit, no problem, stretch it. Otherwise, it's up to you. You
Mhm.
can take it up. I was like, I tried stretching it.
Mhm.
And then they came back and they said, they are giving me this job.
Mhm.
And then, it was an easy.
Easy. Like, let me think about it. I'll get back to you.
It was
Did you play like hard to get? Like,
no. With this one,
Yeah.
no. Imposter syndrome came through.
Oh goodness.
So I called a friend of mine.
I think imposter syndrome is a demon sent from hell.
It really is.
I think it is.
It really is, though. It really is.
I think when you pray over it,
Yeah,
fire.
Yeah.
We need to. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so debilitating.
It is. It is. It cripples you. It
Mm.
cripples you literally.
Mm.
So I called a friend of mine, Tabi saying.
Hey,
So
Tabi saying.
yes, I called Tabi saying.
I
I called Tabi saying, and so I told her about the two roles that I got the job on, and
Yeah.
I was like, I want to go for the other one, so not this one that I'm
Mhm.
in right now. I want to go for the other one. It's easier and everything. And she said, hell no, you're not doing that. She said,
Power to the people.
yeah, she said, you're not doing that because you are literally one of the few people I know that you're one of the people.
That wasn't Thomas.
Yes, basically, she actually just said that.
Get outta here.
Yeah, she was like, you're one of the few people that I know that are so courageous
Mhm.
and inspiring, and so for you to downplay your worth and just to go for the safe option,
Yeah.
it's really not an option. It's a
No.
non-starter. She
Mm.
said, and I said to her, oh, but what if I fail? Like it's such a scary role.
Mhm.
And she said, but what if you do well?
What if you succeed?
What if you succeed?
Yeah.
There are people out there, including myself, that are looking at you and thinking, oh my goodness, like she is killing this corporate game.
Exactly.
And you're here, you want to downplay your worth. No.
Yeah.
She said, no, you need to take
A
this
lot of
EA
people
role.
with the pom-poms are out there. Becky,
Right.
You so fly, you blow my
Right.
mind, girl, Becky. And you're like, no, I don't trust
yeah,
myself.
like
No.
yeah, and also I had gotten a job in Cape Town
Yeah.
as a
In
deputy.
Europe.
No, in Cape. Yeah, Europe.
Europe, yes.
for the government something, to be the deputy director of some process
In government.
something.
In
Yeah,
government.
yeah, in government.
Who was he mad?
No, and I rejected it. Can I tell you? I actually
Who
turned
could
it
be getting
down.
tenders? I'm joking.
That's why I turned it down. I actually turned it down without any other job. I knew
Okay.
it wasn't for me.
Okay, that's good.
I applied for it and I thought, okay, I'm so excited, blah, 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 got the job. And when I got the job, I don't know, I was very wary about it.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm sharing this is because, just because great opportunities come your way,
Doesn't mean it's
it doesn't
yours.
mean it's yours.
Come on,
And
guys.
you need to be able to
Talk to
distinguish
him.
between opportunities that are for you and opportunities that are just available to you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's like also that applies to relationships, guys.
Yes.
Just because the girl is there,
Or the
doesn't mean
guy
she's
is there.
Just because the guy is there doesn't mean
100%.
we'll stop there.
100%.
Yeah.
And so, hence, I'm saying that my journey to becoming an executive assistant
Mm-hmm.
is, oh man, it's marvelous.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Mm.
I look at that journey. It came with a lot of, there was a lot of surety about where I wanted to be, but
Sure.
the journey on getting to where I am sure I'm supposed to be at
Mm.
was a little difficult.
Yeah.
And it was there was a lot of doubt.
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of guilt because you apply for these jobs, right? I mean, if you're going to apply for a job, it's not like anyone will tell you that they're not just applying for one job; they're applying for multiple jobs,
all of them,
right?
Yeah.
Yes, all of them. And in all honesty, thank you God and my ancestors, because I had been I was literally getting jobs left, right, and center that year, and I just kept on rejecting these jobs. And my mom was saying, Rebecca, you need to stop.
Stop rejecting jobs.
You need to pick one, girl.
Come on now.
You need to pick one. We don't want people to think that we have a snake here.
Exactly. Utele.
They
think they'll be calling you Rebecca Twala.
Exactly. So my mom was like, girl, you need to pick one. And
Rebecca, uyenzangani?
you know what I mean? Like, and in all honesty, it's really just hard work and prayer and just really being sure
and
about where you want to be.
Like Robin and
and right, and having the right people in your corner.
Yeah.
It's so important to have the right people in your corner, and the right people that are going to be sincerely and genuinely happy for you. Because a lot of the times, we surround ourselves with people that are friends.
Yeah.
But they're not friends.
Yeah, no, they're not.
And with me, I'm very quick. I mentioned this in the first podcast that we did together, that I'm very quick to block, I'm very quick. No, I don't.
You don't play those games.
No. Yeah.
No.
If you have access to me, you're going to earn your keep. Similar to you, I have access to you and I've earned my keep.
Yes, you have.
And I have to continue to earning my keep. And so the moment you surround yourself with people that are not earning their keep in your life, they're weighing you down. So we don't do that.
Guys.
Do me a favor, please.
Get out of here.
Get out of here,
Get
man.
out of here, man.
Now I'm saying. So
Okay, so let's look at the mega bank account, the MBA, right?
Stop calling it. It's a master's in business administration, people. There's no mega bank account.
Also known as mega bank account.
Or married but available.
When the first time I heard that, I'm like,
Yeah.
But it's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
It really is.
Apparently, a lot of them must say Conga. Apparently, I don't know.
I don't know. I've never been to Conga.
And neither have I.
Lies.
I've never been to Conga.
Really?
Never.
I would love to go though.
Yeah, I would like to go.
If you get me a free ticket.
If I get you a free ticket, okay,
yeah.
Sure. But the only problem is...
And a VIP.
VIP pass.
I'm not willing to go to Conga because, like, in order for me to keep my mega bank account, I shouldn't be spending the money.
You know what I mean? Like, you have to be smart about it.
Yes.
Go there on a budget. Go there on someone else's dime.
Yes. I'm not going there on a budget. I'm just not going to go on my budget.
Yeah, go on Ace of Spades.
You know? Exactly.
Imagine,
you know people.
Yeah, I know people.
Exactly.
Yeah, I do.
Make it happen.
Okay, I'll put that on my backlog of all the things,
yes.
all the favors I've been. But the thing is, like, when you're there, you cannot drink Savannah because they're not going to attend to you, apparently. I don't know.
Is it?
Yeah. Because they want people to spend money on bottles.
So if you buy...
Maupuza is Savannah, Abagnagi. Again, I don't know if this is true.
Hence why I'm going to go on someone else's budget.
Oh boy, these are all rumors. I've never been to. This is what I hear and what I've seen online. I've never been, but I should.
But I want to experience it at least once in my lifetime.
Yeah, just once. Let's see what goes on. Like, I'll put it on my backlog. To see if we can make that happen. Yeah. So with the Masters in Business Administration,
yes, that
with all the good institutions that are around here in
GIBBS.
I know I'm getting it. With all the good institutions that are here in SA. You've got University of Cape Town. You've got Wits Business School, a phenomenal place as well. Then you've got Regent, you've got Henley, you've got Mancosa, you've got GIBBS. What made you select GIBBS as the place to do the MBA?
Oh, it's the best.
It's the best. Oh. The best where?
Easy choice.
Like here in SA.
Yeah, and it's actually quite. I mean, for me, in my honest opinion.
Yeah.
These are the MBAs that are like you should spend your money on.
Yeah.
GIBBS, which is the most expensive, by the way. So
yeah,
it's GIBBS.
How much is like half a pound?
Now it's like 420, and then if you're gonna add your international trip, it should be half a bar. Yeah. Thank God I did it earlier, but
half a bar.
Yeah. But I had budgeted half a bar anyways. So if I wanted to, I could buy a car cash.
Young
If I
Ton,
save well enough, I could
you
buy
could
a
buy
car
a Young Ton.
cash.
Half a bar.
Half a bar.
I need to see.
But you get it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You get it back.
Now you ball out in Ferraris. Imagine that. People
are going to be so disappointed when they see my car because it is far from a Ferrari.
And that's by design. And that is by design because she's educated, she did the MBA, she understands finance and costs, so she's not going to put out a Ferrari for no reason.
Yeah, and I'm just not going to buy a car right now. The economy is just not favorable.
Oh, come on. Interest rates are nice.
No.
Petrol prices are nice.
What?
Petrol prices go to decrease this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are nice-ish.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But all right. Cool.
But interest rates, no.
Basically, it's like half a bar, right?
Yeah, basically. And so I was still telling you the institutions that I would recommend. I would recommend GIBBS. Hi.
Yeah, of course. Hey, GIBBS. Yeah. Fund my MBA, please. You know.
Yeah. For 10 people that are going to be doing the MBAs at GIBBS. Because of me, please comment down below so that I can send it to GIBBS and be like, I need a cut in this. I need a cut in this.
When you try to negotiate, oh my.
Listen, that's how I got to where I'm at right now.
By negotiating.
Right? Yes.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
When someone tells me I'm not going to be able to do something, I'm like, okay. All right.
I'll show you.
Like Robin. I'm not really sure. Manage expectations. I was like, I'm managing your expectations.
I'm gonna get this job.
I'm gonna get this job.
Yeah.
So the institutions would be GIBBS, WITS, Stellenbosch, UCT.
Yeah. Basically those three, right?
I said GIBBS.
You said GIBBS, Stellenbosch.
Yeah.
UCT.
WITS.
WITS, WITS Business School, yeah. Oh, those are the only ones, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, you have UKZN and NNMU.
You were not very convinced when you said, you could go to Rhodes to do it.
And Rhodes. Listen, I'm a Rhoden through and through, but about there, you could do your business. Could do your MBA there.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but those are the 4 that I would recommend. Yeah, I would simply because of the association that they have with various
How did they become
business
to be
schools.
known as like GIBBS specifically because they've had that reputation for quite a while.
Yeah.
Why is it that they have that reputation of being like the best?
Because they
are.
Because they get the best.
Of course, yeah. How did I not see that one coming? Yeah.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
They get the best. Right? They get the best there.
Yeah.
But it's really because of the quality of the students that they get. So the research they produce.
Yeah.
So most of the time, and I stand to be corrected here. So most of the time they look at quality of graduates that are coming out of the institution and obviously the quality of the courses that are being, are they internationally recognized? Can they be used?
Yeah.
Are they relevant, recent, current, whatever so there's a lot of stuff that goes into effect when basically giving these institutions those kind of statuses. So not to say that your Henleys, Mancosas, and
Regent.
Yeah,
Regent is another one. Yeah.
Regent, and what's the other one?
We said Henley, Mancosa, Regent. We also covered WITS Business School. We covered
those are top 4. Remember?
Top 4, yeah. Those are pretty much the other ones. The
other ones. Yeah. I mean, I can't speak on their part, but when I did my research, I wasn't happy with just the quality of. From my minimal research anyways, I wasn't happy with the quality of, or maybe not the quality per se, but more the teaching styles. And with GIBBS, also another thing is that it's very independent. Like they teach you to be independent, but at the same time, they don't allow you to drown. So they give you a life jacket for you to be able to swim. However, you need to be able to want to swim.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you drown there, it's because you put your head in the water, but you're floating, and they make sure that you're floating.
So what does drowning mean? Like how do you drown in the GIBBS MBA?
Oh no, you drown.
In terms of the workload?
Yeah.
The level of research that you
Yeah.
have to do?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I drowned, but I brought myself up. I was smart enough to recognize that, hey, there's a life jacket that I'm wearing. Let me use it. Yeah. It's that experience has to be the worst and the best experience of my life. The worst because the worst because I got really sick during my MBA. I got very, very sick during my MBA. And I changed jobs quite a lot.
Yeah.
I needed to change jobs in order for me to be able to fund my lifestyle during that period. And so I was just in a very. The first year was amazing. First year of my MBA, amazing. I did really well.
Was it 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years.
That's a long time, eh?
Not really.
Is it not? Does it fly like that?
Oh, listen. 2 years.
Yeah.
No. I don't know what, you blink and it's gone.
Yeah.
And of course the relationships that I built also helped me stay afloat. But I was drowning because workload, school workload, research. Oh, research is
a killer, yeah?
It's a lot. It's a lot. And there was just a lot of deliverables that were required around that time. And so, but in terms of flourishing, I did end up flourishing. I finished.
I finished. You finished, yeah.
And I finished on time.
You finished on time.
Yeah.
So what happens if you don't finish within the allotted 2 years?
No, you can continue.
Yeah.
But I think depending on what the situation is, depending on what the situation is, that sort of stuff, they obviously factor all of that. But if you're just dismally failing everything, obviously, I would assume that a conversation would need to be had.
To say, look, listen,
maybe perhaps this is not for you,
no.
No.
Well,
we are failing anyways. I don't know if they gave a discount. Actually, we need to check into that. I mean, I had no care in the world about what happens to my money if I fail, because failing was never an option.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So I had no.
Especially if no.
Yeah. I mean, it's similar. I treated it like when I was at Rhodes. I didn't know what happens if you fail, or how can you get your money back if you get academically. Because for me, it was never an option.
Yeah,
it was never an option. I never tried to work the system that am I gonna get my money back if
so you're not part of the hustlers crew.
No. I'm not trying to fail. It's not an option. Multiple choice. There's
other people who try to fail.
Okay, no, maybe not try to fail. Maybe okay, fine, because that's certainly a bad way of stating it. But I mean, I'm not.
It was
never.
Fail.
No.
Never.
No.
Okay.
That's why I put MBA candidate on my LinkedIn profile.
Yeah.
When I started.
So that
because people are like, pressure. Oh no, this is too soon. I'm not going to do that because what if I fail? I was like, I'm not failing.
Yeah, not with my money. It's
yeah. I mean, I could have bought a Polo. Cash.
Very good car.
Yeah.
With the bells and whistles on it as well.
Yeah, because it was like 380 or 90, almost 400K. Yeah, almost 400K. I could have bought a car.
You could have bought two. If you're being modest.
Actually, a Picanto at that time was pretty cheap, so I could have bought like 3 Picantos. I could have squeezed 3 Picantos in that amount.
You got a car.
I could have pulled that. I could have pulled that in my family.
Yeah.
Like, let's play a game. Who gets a car?
No, you said that to me when I was 5.
Not you.
So
you looked at me funny in grade 5.
What?
Not you.
You can't even remember.
Exactly.
So you didn't even have that in your consciousness to say that you're gonna fail. Okay.
I think for me,
because I was very, some people say, yo, that's very brave. She's being forward by putting MBA candidate. What if?
100%. I got a lot of that.
Yeah.
You know what, it's too soon, don't do that. And I think with me, also when I did my MBA, I didn't appreciate it for what it was.
Yeah.
I didn't realize just the magnitude of that degree and what it holds. Because a lot of people say, "Oh, it's not that important anymore." Too many people have MBAs.
What do you say? Yeah. A lot of people have MBAs, but not a lot of people have them from GIBBS.
If I say so myself. Exactly.
That's a thing.
Yeah. It came from your mouth, not
I
mine.
said it.
You said it, not me.
On the record, live, on camera.
I was not going to say that, but you said it.
So what do you say? What's your response to people saying a lot of people have MBAs? It doesn't hold the value that it used to. A lot of these schools are just have this program just so that they can make money. All of that. What is your response to that now that you've got to the other side?
A lot of people have BCom degrees too.
Ah, Jesus. and
so your point is?
So you're saying not all degrees are equal?
Yeah, no, definitely. Definitely not. 1000% not.
She said it, not me.
Oh, no, you can't. What?
Uh-huh.
You're going to compare a BEcon to an MBA?
You can't.
And I've got both.
You've got both. Like, talk to her, make a play.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, not all degrees are the same. Yeah. It's you're literally comparing chalk and cheese.
As fun, isn't it?
As fun. They have the same color.
Yeah.
Might even look the same from a distance, but they're not the same.
Yeah.
Chalk and cheese is not the same.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, listen, like any other degree.
Yeah.
I'm not to say that an MBA, once you have an MBA,
you're set.
You're set for life.
Yeah.
Because that's definitely not true. However, right, like any other degree, it does elevate. It does elevate your prospects of getting closer to your dream. If your dream job or dream career or dream, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, requires an element of an MBA.
Yeah.
It does set you apart from the crowd.
Yeah.
So for me, coming back to why I chose GIBBS, it was also just to set myself apart from my peers, right? And to just be able to I'm already fighting as it is, right? To be. So you
just want to give yourself a better chance.
Yeah, I just want to give myself a better chance, and that's exactly it. Just giving yourself a better chance at this corporate gig.
Yeah,
because I'm a corporate hand.
Yeah,
through and through. I tried entrepreneurship and I did really well.
Yeah.
In entrepreneurship, I was very lucky. Like, I got my first contract within 2 months, 2 weeks. Yeah. No, no, not a tender.
So, ladies and gentlemen, everything that she has, she worked for it. It's not tender money.
Yes, I worked hard for it, but I went back to corporate because I was just like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, and so some people because a lot of people think entrepreneurship now is the sexy thing. It's the thing that everybody wants to do.
It's hard, and I had the easy way.
Yeah,
I was lucky. I mean, I had a contract within 2 weeks. Of me deciding that I'm doing this thing.
People wait for like 2 months.
Exactly. People wait for 2 months, 6 months, even a year to get a proper contract.
And in that time, what are you doing? Or how do you sustain yourself? It's difficult. But some people think, hey, corporate is a scam. Stay out of it. Don't go to school. All these things. What is your response to that?
I just say do what makes you believe that it's going to help you reach your destiny.
Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, in my journey to getting to where I'm at, it took me 4 years, right? And imagine in that 4 years, there's a lot of, I'm sure I can't do this. Let me just pivot and go into a different route, which I did. Yeah. But it always led me back to this point because, and more specifically to this role, because I knew I wanted this role.
Sure.
And I knew that this role at this point in my life is going to set me up for the next point that I need to be at a certain age, right? But there were times where I doubted myself and I said, okay, well, let's just revisit this thing at a later stage. Clearly it's not meant for me. But as life would have it, that was not true. I just didn't have the no yeah it's deep rooted within you, that desire. So if that desire does not require school, then don't go to school, but have a plan in place, and have contingencies, because people are always saying, oh no, you can't, having a plan B is so wrong because now it's like you don't believe in your goal. No, it's being smart.
Exactly.
It's so that when plan A does not work out, you're not shocked by it. You can pivot quickly and then come back on the route. So that's what I believe in.
Yeah, it's like having car insurance, right? You don't want to get into an accident, but I mean, just in case. Exactly.
You know what? You don't want your car to be stolen, but just in case,
you know what I mean?
I've got car insurance. Exactly. So that's exactly what it is. So I mean, I respect everyone that has a different opinion on school than what I do have.
Yeah.
Only because I've seen school not work out for me, but at the same time I've seen it work out for me.
100%.
So I've been on extreme ends of the coin where it didn't work out for me, and then one way it worked out for me. And so that's why I'm saying that I can understand that viewpoint. And I'm not willing to just shut it down just because it's very different to my viewpoint. However, I am willing to have a conversation about it, and disagree respectfully, of course, with the next person on this topic. But, clearly just articulating why I think the way I think, and hopefully they're able to do so. And, we can learn from each other. I mean, and also another thing about us guys, there's nothing wrong with changing your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, change your mind.
Talk to him
constantly.
Make it plain.
Like, just because I'm saying this right now,
doesn't mean I'm 5 years from now.
Yes,
be a different story.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a completely different person than I was 3 years ago when I made when we did the podcast, right? Yeah. So, who knows? We might do even round 4 or round 3 in another 3 years, and I would have had a completely change of heart. Yeah.
Now she's working on a cruise ship. And
yeah, who knows? Maybe I'm at the point of like, what? Actually, I'm not going to do this. I want to go act.
Exactly.
I actually want to work on a cruise ship.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. And so, but at this point in time, in this moment, this is what I think.
Yes.
And so I'm very open to hearing other people's views. And because I'm open to hearing other people's views, I acknowledge that there is some truth to what people say about school not being a useful tool to advancing themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, because it only makes sense if it's part of your plan and your financial plan. That's when it really makes sense.
Yeah.
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 So, question, like some comments I've heard about you is that you're a hero. You don't consider yourself a hero.
Really?
Yeah,
who said that?
I'm not gonna tell you, but they consider you a hero.
Okay.
Young, black, female, educated, MBA graduate, executive assistant, and you've been able to through that journey you had to overcome quite a lot. Do you consider yourself a hero?
No.
Why not?
I'm just God's vessel.
Yeah. Those are the humble types. I'm just God vessel. Like, I don't know how I do it. Just the spirit just comes over me.
But I really am though. I am one of I really believe that I'm one of the people that God created just so that people can see His work.
Sure.
In true human form.
That's a great belief.
Yeah, and I think I'm just so in tune with my God.
Yeah.
Everything I've done is because my God never gave up on me. Even in the moments.
That's what gave you the strength to keep on going. To
100%.
know that God didn't give up on you, so you're not going to give up on Him.
Yeah, and also another thing is, again, surrounding yourself with good people.
Yes.
Surrounding yourself with good people. I went on a girls' trip about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we were talking about a really painful, devastating time of my life, and I was, just sharing that.
Yeah.
And one of my friends said, it's so weird. You speak of that period, and you say that what helped you was you speaking out, because we're taught to keep the bad
quiet.
side, the bad stuff about ourselves to ourselves. Because people will rejoice in it. And we can only share the good. And I said, but people, good people that are there for you are not going to rejoice.
They're going to feel for you.
They're going to feel for
help you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And because I was able to speak up and I was able to share my circumstances with people, I mean, I shared it with you, I shared it with so many other friends, and everybody rallied around me to make sure that I prosper.
That was my first thing. You think I'll put in cases on all you? Did you do this to me?
And so God works through me so that I can help someone else.
Yeah.
And it's so important to pave the way for others the way the way has been paved for you.
Yeah.
And I truly, honestly believe in that. God is my anchor.
Yeah. So, because you're doing you're doing quote unquote what I call the Lord's work.
Yeah,
because
100%.
Because you are in a space where a lot of younger females, even males, feel that they can't occupy those spaces.
Yeah.
Like executive assistant, GIBBS MBA, being so grounded, and people can now see that and say, okay, because Becky has done it, that means I can do it too.
Yeah.
Because Becky made it okay to operate in that space.
Yeah.
Now it's okay for me to do so.
Yeah.
So that's what I see as God's work that's happening here.
Yeah.
While you doing God's work.
So
we commend you for that. We commend you. Yes.
Thank you. And with that being said, to whoever said that I'm a hero.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone who has that view of me feeling like I'm disrespecting their view of me by saying that I don't see myself as a hero. It's in no way saying that I do not accept it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I just haven't acknowledged myself up until this point as a hero.
Yeah.
And so, or identified as a hero. So, for someone else to put that out there and say that I'm a hero, and to kind of like validate that statement because of the fact that they're watching from the outside, it could be true. It really could be true, because our heroes, it's not like they know that they're heroes without other people watching. You can never say you're a hero if no one knows what you're doing and how you've done it. If you just get there at the top, but you're not sharing, you're not a hero. You're just self-centered.
Exactly.
Because you're not sharing that information and you're not sharing how to get there. And that's why for me it was very easy to also share with obviously my close friends some of the most painful periods in that 4 years that I was working towards this point. And like I said, like for me, I'm very honest about how I feel at any point in time. And so me being honest really helped people rally for me and get me to this point. And, when someone says I am a hero, I think of those people that rallied for me to get me to this, to help me get here, are also the heroes.
So they're the real MVPs,
Yeah. I mean, I'm an MVP too, they also MVPs. I mean, probably, I hope anyways, I hope there's someone out there. Maybe I forgot. Maybe I forgot. Some I may have forgotten. Some I still remember that I've helped, and they are someone else's MVP, and they see me as the MVP because I rallied for them. And so I'm just really doing what other people have done for me.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, what was some of the...
Like what you're hearing so far? Make sure you never miss a show by clicking subscribe now button. Follow on YouTube, Instagram, and other platforms listed. Also, check out the website for more information. This podcast is made possible by listeners like you. Thank you for the support. Now back to the show.
some of the darker moments
Mm-hmm.
on your journey to being an executive assistant and getting the MBA. The reason why I ask this is people can, including myself,
Mm-hmm.
over glorify success.
Mm-hmm.
They see you get to a certain point and a certain level, and then we can make the misconception that your life
It's
is
perfect.
perfect.
Mm.
It is beautiful. You're driving Ferraris. You're spending on bottles. You have a house in Clifton.
Oh,
and
really? Please, I call it in. I
you just
receive.
walk on air and you don't go through anything. However, rarely is that the case when you get to a certain level. There's a saying, new levels, new devils.
Yes.
So what do you say about, not that, so some people think that once you reach a level of success, your life is now perfect. But what are some of the dark moments that you've had from the moment you said, I want to be an EA on that journey and how you were able to overcome that? And
I've
except for
lost-
COVID, because that
Yeah,
clapped
COVID.
everyone.
Yeah,
right?
that 2020 was a
Yo,
horrible
that-
year.
That guy, we just okay,
I had a great first 6 months of 2020. The second 6 months was horrible.
yeah.
I think it started going downhill after the podcast actually. Because I mean, when we did the podcast, I was walking on cloud nine, and then after that, it just.
But that means the podcast episode was an impetus for you to get here. So thank me.
Yeah, God, I'm not one of your strongest soldiers, so I know that I'm in a good space right now. But please, let's not do this. The second half of this year is horrible. Let's not do that.
Let's not do that again.
Yeah. So, I mean, I lost almost everything. So much so that, I lost everything and had to start from scratch and move back home. And that's not something that I'm ashamed of. It's actually something I'm very proud of, because when I lost everything and I started from scratch, it's not something I hid. I didn't hide from anyone who asked, where do I stay right now?
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, I moved back home, starting from scratch. I'm trying to recruit.
Yeah.
So by the time I moved out of home again, I was okay, because I know what rock bottom feels like.
Ish.
And I am not scared of rock bottom.
So when you hit rock bottom, did you go through, like in the movies when they depict someone going through rock bottom, they're hitting the bottle, they're hitting weed and all these addictive substances. They're on cigarettes, they're on cocaine, they're on heroin. So you didn't go into addictive substances to help
I
you
just
cope.
slept a lot.
Oh, okay, that was your cocaine.
Yeah.
Sleep.
Yeah. I just slept a lot. And also, I mean, it's very difficult to kind of like take substances in a black mama's home.
That is very true. Shout out to all the black mothers. Hey, they keep us in line. Hey?
I mean, I believe I wouldn't still have if I was living by myself, but I'm in my mother's house. Listen.
I think, which is very good. What? Sure.
Listen.
People who are chief executives to this day cannot drink around their mothers.
I really if you hit rock bottom, guys, go back home. I promise you'll get out quickly.
Yes.
You'll get out quick.
Because you're like, I can't stay here.
Yes. I cannot.
Everywhere, but here, I have to leave.
Do not hit rock bottom staying at your place. Hit rock bottom at home.
Because now you're going to have more of that.
I promise you, nothing drives you like getting out of that funk, like being at home.
Yeah.
Because it's not your place. It's someone else's home.
It's your mother's house.
It's your mother's house.
We are rental.
Listen.
Listen.
Listen, I could be 50 years old and hitting rock bottom, but baby, when I'm in Balisa's house, no one can tell me.
Exactly.
Listen. So that definitely played a factor.
Yeah.
And also, I've just never been one to turn to any substances when I'm not feeling good.
Yeah.
So I do not. So smoking as well. Like, I mean, no. Do I? No. I don't smoke really. No. I mean, I've kind of like did a hubbly stunt, to be cool, but no,
This is not your thing.
no.
Doesn't
I've got
feel-
asthma.
Oh, yeah.
Bad asthma. So
So
no.
let's just rather sleep. How's about that?
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah,
How
yeah.
about we sleep?
Catch me in my bed. How about that?
And drinking, no. I mean, yeah, I'll have a drink here and there, celebratory drink, but being down like me, being serious and going to the bottle store to drink my sorrows.
So
Firstly,
about-
I'm broke. Like,
about
where are you
the
guys
tops?
getting this money when you're down and out to buy alcohol?
I don't
where
know.
is this money coming from?
But
Wow, like
Bahlanganisa.
yeah, no, it's a lot. Because I'm just like, I don't even have.
So you don't have a Tops loyalty card?
No, I don't. I really don't, though. I really don't.
I don't even know if those exist. I was just.
I was actually going to ask you, they exist.
I don't know.
So even with that, for me, I just when I hit rock bottom, the first thing was, okay, how are we gonna how are we gonna get out of this funk, right? And how are we gonna do that in the most financially efficient manner, right? And so getting out of a funk by using substances is not financially efficient.
Yeah.
At all.
Not at all.
At all. It will hit your pocket. So that was the first thing. And then the second thing was, okay, once I get out of this funk, what is my goal? What is our goal? Okay, we looked at EA. Okay. What is the journey? What are the steps I need to take to get to that point? So I need to apply for jobs. I need to do this. I need to do that. And I did that. And I always came out second. Always. And every time I'd ask, I'd be like, why am I not? Because I like feedback.
Yeah.
So that I can work.
Even though it's tough.
Yeah. I like feedback so that I can work towards improving myself.
Yeah.
So I'd ask after the interviews why I thought the interview was great. And they'd be like, listen, it came down to 2 people. And unfortunately, you're just the loser in this instance. Well, they didn't use that term, but yeah.
But you heard loser.
Yeah, but I heard loser, so but also like I don't see myself as a loser, and I think that also contributed to me being able to get out of the funk, and to also just be able to really grow from that situation. And I think that with also just having the parents that I have, especially the mother that I have that is constantly reminding me of the dreams I've always had for myself. So it makes it, because she keeps me accountable for my actions. So it makes it very difficult to stay in that funk. And so it was very, I wouldn't say easy. It wasn't easy to get out of it, but I mean, relatively easy when I look at other people. Yeah, relatively easy to get out of it because of the people I surround myself with and the fact that I am so sure in myself. So I was able to get out of it, and I'm really glad that I've never been a person that is pressured by peers. I don't experience peer pressure. I'm very much in tune with myself and what I want for myself and what I want out of my life. So I've always grown up with own pace, own lane, own race.
Good.
Right.
Good.
So yeah, and it just makes it easier, I guess, if you don't focus on the noise and other people and what Njablu is doing or what someone else is doing. And
that's an easy way for you to be
depressed. Yes, it's very easy, and the thing is, you don't know the battles that someone else is facing, and yet you go. Hence, I'm saying it's very difficult for me to accept that I'm a hero, because I'm just like, this person.
Do you want the demons that I face?
Exactly. Because if you had to really understand the detail, really get to know the details and understand what I had to get through to get to this point, you might not think I'm a hero.
Exactly.
And you might not want to. You might not want to take this path.
Yeah.
And, I always tell people, if you don't believe in God, ask me to tell you my story.
Yeah.
There's no way you can walk away not believing in God.
Okay, not believing in God.
Yeah, no. Want to share my story?
Share your story. If you're comfortable.
I'm not comfortable.
You're comfortable. Okay.
Yeah.
3 years from now, when you're comfortable, then
probably when 3 years from now, I should be comfortable to share my story. But I'm just always in awe of myself, and I'm so proud of myself.
That you're able to do. That's a very good thing.
I'm very proud of me.
So, so question, like, if you're proud of yourself, what's stopping you from celebrating milestones?
Because I always feel that I'll celebrate today and then tomorrow I hit rock bottom.
Oh, so it's that fear. Okay, I see what you're saying. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very deep.
Okay. I get it. I get it. No, I understand it. I
feel that if I celebrate today, then and I have a public celebration,
and it's public.
Then I'm gonna have a public downfall.
I get you.
And it's a terrible way to view life. It's a very bad way to view life. But
you know what? I think some of the most successful people, do you know what they do?
What?
They wait a long time, a very long time, to tell anybody about what success they've had. Like, for example, let's say you win Woman of the Year. I mean, for example, like let's say you get nominated for Woman of the Year, then you get told that you're going to be Woman of the Year 3 months before the actual event. What you would do is you keep quiet. You just keep quiet until somebody else announces it.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like, wow. I don't know. That's what a lot of the award ceremonies are run like. So there's that approach that you can also take. The other approach is just to celebrate just by yourself. Take your cake, put a candle on it, and just celebrate by yourself.
I think I should do that.
Just celebrate by yourself.
Because you know what I would do? I mean, even when I got this job, right? I only updated LinkedIn 6 months
after.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I do the same thing.
Yeah, 6 months after I updated. I mean, you know, if you're not, I mean, I think you know. I think you were one of the people I told when I got the job and I accepted and I signed on the contract on the dotted line and I started my job. I think I told you.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for that, you wouldn't have known until December last year.
Exactly.
Yeah. So 6 months later, that's when.
Then what happened?
Yeah.
Becky, I was straight.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Yeah, it's like, really? Girl, you know. It says you've had those jobs since July.
So what have you been doing?
What have you been doing? You know? And so, yeah, just celebrating. I mean, it's been 2 years since, it's been a year and a half, actually, since I finished my MBA. And getting my final results, I think I got them in Feb or Jan, I can't remember. So that makes it about a year, let's say 4 months, right, of me officially being an MBA graduate.
Yeah.
And can I tell you, I mean, I know it. I know that I am, but I still have nightmares of me failing it.
Okay, so it's the 2nd of July, 2023. You graduated when?
I graduated, well, the ceremony was the 4th of April, 2022.
4th of April. So it's basically, let's say, a year and some change.
Yeah.
You've already crossed the line, a year and some change.
Yes, and
but
it's
you still
mine.
Wake up.
Yes.
With nightmares.
Yes.
That you failed.
Yes.
Make it make sense.
Exactly.
Make it make sense.
Exactly. It's imposter syndrome.
Ah, okay.
It's imposter syndrome. And, you know, I mean, here's the thing. I think that, you know, society labels imposter syndrome as a completely bad thing, but to a certain extent, I don't think it's a completely bad. I think that it's also humbling because it makes you realize just how privileged you are to be in that position.
Of course.
As much as deserving as you are.
Yeah.
As much as it's destined for you.
Yeah.
You still need to be humble with your gift.
Yeah.
And that's what it does with me.
Exactly. It reminds me of what the group CEO of Vupatu, like, I bought so many shoes. I should actually have shoes. Hey, when I think my shoes, yeah,
like,
come on.
I said the same thing. I was just like, oh my gosh, you're like a Batu
brand ambassador. Without me being paid for it, actually. You know how difficult it is to get this guy on the show? I understand why. It's like,
yes.
Just 30 minutes. That's all I want. So what he said, which is quite powerful, because it just you just reminded me of what he said. He said he doesn't spend a lot of time in the trophy room, which means it doesn't dwell on all of his achievements. So that helps him to not have a big head.
Yes.
Because if he did that, he'd be so you become so unbearable, and you start getting high on your own PR.
Yeah.
And then you think that you're untouchable.
Yeah.
And people historically who think they are untouchable, that's when the biggest falls happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you walk into the room and you're like, "Hi, I'm Becky, the executive assistant." What? Are you crazy? No, that's weird. That's weird. Even at work, I don't tell people what I do at work.
Yeah.
When I meet people for the first time, I'm just like, "Hi, I'm Rebecca Twala." And you are and if you don't ask, how do you fit into the structure? I'm not going to tell you.
Of course.
It's always someone else introducing me.
That tells me that you are secure in yourself.
Yes, I'm secure, but I'm also very humble and gracious of my gift.
Yeah.
And my position.
Yeah.
And what I get to experience and the access that I have to people that are shaping
so you don't
financial services.
So I don't see you being a Nebuchadnezzar from the Bible, right? So this is King Nebuchadnezzar. He was the head of Babylon.
Oh,
which
okay.
was like one of the biggest empires of his day. One of the most beautiful empires of his day. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon are known as one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world.
Yes.
The text tells us one day he looks over his kingdom and he says, "Look at everything that I have built. Look at how great and beautiful this is. Look how great I am." That exact moment, God took his sanity from him.
Exactly.
And he went to the field to eat grass with cows for 7 years. And then after 7 years, his mind comes back to him. His generals come and find him. And then they bring him back to the palace. And then he's like, okay, there's only one God, because who's worthy of all the praise and all the glory, because, wow, having a high opinion of yourself will lead to that. And quite a lot of people end up being Nebuchadnezzars. And they're like, look at everything that I've done. Look at the MBA. Look at the cars. Look at the house in Clifton. Look at all of that. Look at the Ferraris. All of that. And look at what I've done. And then when they fall, boy, it's painful.
But you see, the beauty in that story, it's not the fall.
Yeah.
It's the fact that you can come back up.
You can come back up.
That's the beauty.
Yeah.
And that's why I say that there is only way, the only way to get out of a funk is to go up.
Yes.
Right? So the beauty in that story,
the only way.
Yes, the beauty in the story, it's not that you fell, right? It's the fact that you came out of that.
Yeah.
Fine, you ate grass for 7 years.
Yeah.
But you came out of it.
Yeah.
And you learned something from understanding that, okay, I'm not the most important person. Yeah.
Yeah.
The most important person, or I don't know, the most important
like being.
Being is God.
Yeah.
Right? And so that for me is what is beautiful about that story, is that you went down, but you still came up.
Exactly.
And you were able to acknowledge your gift for what it is. Yeah.
Okay, that's very powerful. So we're getting to the part of the segment where you get to be the interviewer.
Yes.
And you ask me questions.
Okay.
That you want me to answer.
Okay.
If I can't answer them, I'm like, I don't know.
Okay.
But I guarantee you something. I will find the answer.
Yes.
Yes.
Will Smith. Pursuit of happiness.
Until the Oscar night happened. I was so heartbroken after that. Because Will Smith is a hero of mine.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. To each their own.
You think you can do this to me?
For the longest time, he was a hero of mine. Maybe I have his book, and I don't want to get into it. Will, I need to get you on the show so you can explain yourself.
To each their
To
own.
each their own. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, before we go into that, I just wanted to highlight that life after MBA is really great.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that very quickly. Let's talk about that. So, like, after you've graduated the MBA, you're obviously an executive assistant, getting all these opportunities.
Yeah. No. But I mean, executive assistant came 6 months after I graduated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I got to sleep
Oh, you got to.
I got to
You get to
sleep.
sleep now.
Yeah.
So you weren't sleeping while you're doing the MBA.
Oh no, come on.
Oh, okay.
Even when you're sleeping, you're subconsciously thinking about it.
You're thinking about it.
Your
Yeah?
deliverables and all sorts of funny
There's
things.
a lot of math in the MBA.
There's some math, but it's math that you can be taught.
Okay.
It's not
okay.
difficult maths. Like
Okay.
you're not a scientist.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not that.
I'm
that,
not
that
E equals MC squaring there.
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay,
no,
good.
no. And you can use a calculator.
Oh, can I? Okay,
Yeah.
that's
No, they're not trying to.
okay. Turn this into rocket
I mean,
scientist.
MBA is full of busy people.
Yeah.
Also, like, imagine telling a CEO, "Listen, you need to square root of." He's gonna be
so
like,
in
"What?"
that MBA class, you were basically chilling with like CEOs and all these executives, right?
Maybe not CEOs, but we definitely CFO,
Okay.
CFOs.
I hear they make a lot
CIO.
of money, the CFOs.
Yeah, I mean, depending on the company, but yeah.
No, but generally speaking.
Yeah, depending on the company.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
We could open up a company. You could be CFO. Let's see how much money you're making then. Exactly.
That's a good point. A very
Exactly.
good
That's why I
point.
say depending on the company.
All right, sure. Touche.
So CIOs, directors, very senior managers,
Yeah.
general managers. So yeah, you really get exposed to a lot of important people that otherwise wouldn't be within your proximity if you weren't doing the MBA. Or it would take a lot of networking, and you just get to realize that, you know what, everyone's just human.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing I've learned about the MBA and my job is that
people are just
people
human.
are human.
Yeah, they've got 2 arms, 2
Yeah.
legs, walk around.
I remember when I met my CEO,
Yeah.
my current CEO, I almost fanned out
Why?
because he knew my
Oh,
name.
you knew your name.
Yeah,
How do you know your name?
because I mean, come on, like, the guy that reports to him, hello.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me think about that.
So he knew my name, and I was like, oh my gosh, you know my name.
And they're like, of course you should know my name. I mean,
I was like, oh my gosh, you're the guy on the news.
you're the guy. You word Lloyd.
You're the guys on the news. I actually did that with my boss.
Is it?
Because I think I saw my boss on the news or like on a media thing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, oh my gosh, like you're a big thing.
Yeah.
Like you.
Yeah.
You were a big thing. Yeah.
Like, have you
So,
ever looked at someone like them like, oh, so you're the. Where's the rest of you? I don't
yeah.
know.
I think if someone chilled with you and I, yeah, they would think that like
It's like how.
what? You too. What?
No.
No, and like I mean, right now I'm like, oh, boys and all. Yeah. But they don't know. They don't know. They don't know. They don't know the fun side.
They'll know now. I'm gonna send it
So-
directly to your boss now.
So yeah, like I mean, life after MBA is really relaxing.
Yeah.
I go to the gym now, so
Yeah. I see you there. You're fighting.
yeah, I'm obsessed with gym.
You're obsessed with
I
gym.
am
That's very
obsessed
good,
with
yeah.
gym. It is an
Yeah, we should do
obsession.
leg day one day.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, but I feel like you're gonna kill me. But okay, we should do
No,
leg
this
day.
is gonna be a light leg day.
Really? Oh, a light. I'm definitely gonna be killed because your light is probably like my heaviest, and your heavy is like, oh, listen, you just want to chase me at the gym. Basically, that's what you're doing.
No.
Yeah.
No. I just want to torture somebody else.
Oh, okay. We'll
I'm
do. We'll
kidding.
definitely do.
I'm kidding.
We'll definitely do a light leg day.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, and I can just. I'm able to be present because another thing is that I had no social life, so I wasn't
Oh,
going
yeah,
to
yeah,
baby
yeah.
showers, weddings,
yeah.
funerals. I missed out on a lot. And
And were you vilified for that? Like,
yeah,
oh.
I lost friends. But they
But
some
couldn't they
family members.
understand?
Listen, I think also like I really don't care.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here.
You know what I mean?
I don't care. I don't care if I lost you during the time where I was at at the bottom.
Yeah.
I really don't care.
You don't.
No.
From the bottom of my heart,
No.
I do not really care. Right
No,
now.
I have zero care. Like
Yeah.
I've
Man
no
down.
time
Mm.
to discuss it, to wonder. No, I don't
Mm.
care. Yeah, so I lost a lot of friends during that period.
Mhm.
But you know what? Like, I don't have any hard feelings, and I also lost like some family members during that
Mhm.
period
Mhm.
where I don't talk to them anymore,
Mhm.
and they were draining anyways.
Yeah.
Because I'm in a better space.
Mhm.
Because I feel like that period of my life really really exposed who was for me.
Sure.
And through and through, because it was a very difficult time for me to be there for anyone else besides myself.
Yeah.
Right. And not because I wanted to be selfish, but because the only way for me to finish the thing was to be selfish.
100%.
And so having people that understood that made it.
Of course. Of
right.
course.
I mean, I missed a lot of your milestones during the MBA. Which, you know, I tried.
But
I really.
When I was understanding, I'm like, yeah, I understand.
Were you really understanding?
I was understanding.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Like, some people were understanding. Some people, like, they only understood at a later stage, but they told me they understood.
I think it's people will understand because I've also hit rock bottom quite a number of times.
Okay.
I understand. I'm not saying you should have done it, but I understand.
Yes.
You know? So if you understand rock bottom, you'll understand and feel for another person who's going through rock bottom. You're not going to take it personally.
Right.
Far too many people are taking things personal that they should not be taking personal.
Right.
At that time, you missed whatever it is. It's not like you were waking up. I'm like, how can I mess this person's life up today? No, I'm dealing with my stuff. It's not about you. Oh, hi. Anyway.
Yeah. So exactly. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's worth it, you know. But like any other degree, you have to make it work for you.
Yeah.
You know, you don't, because a lot of people's misconceptions is that you get your MBA and then everybody's just gonna be like gunning for you and just like throwing themselves at you. And you're gonna have opportunity 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's what I
you know,
thought.
and it's not like that. It's not like that. But it does elevate you. It does elevate how you show up in the workplace, how you show up in your interview. But if you think it's just gonna, you know, it's just gonna open up doors, but without you putting in the work, like any other thing. Just like when we got our honors, you know, you still had to put in the work.
Sure, it was tough, eh?
And I mean, you graduated with a distinction in honors.
Of course.
Right?
There was no other option.
Oh, yes. With me, there was an option. In honors.
In honors, there was an option.
The only option that was, I have to graduate. But as for whether it was a distinction or not, that was an option. That was definitely an option.
At the end of the day, but honors, that's it. You know,
and we were sitting next to close to each other at graduation. Yeah. So
I remember it like moonwalking. Yes.
So that's how I'm saying like, you know, you have to make it work for you.
Yeah. You have to. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's. I can't wait to do my MBA. Yes.
Are you gonna do it? Please do.
Yeah, I will. I know. I want to do it at the LSE.
Even better.
London School of Economics.
Yes, better.
Initially, my life plan starting a decade ago is I wanted to go to Harvard. And then they started killing us over there again. So I'm like, no, I don't want to die in the States.
Listen.
Because like there was an uptake in black people being killed in the States. And then I was like, yeah. And I ran the cost. You know how much it is to do a Harvard MBA?
I'm sure it's over bar.
No. I'm talking about for all of 2 years, accommodation.
Okay, how many bars?
Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, 7
million.
7
million randa.
7.
Oh no.
7. No. 7. And that's for everything. That is for everything. Tuition, living there, everything. I ran these costs like 5 years ago, so it might be more now. 7. And it's a 2-year program, remember?
7.
All of it, 7.
So you see, guys,
it's $1, eh?
You could buy a house with a Harvard.
You could buy
MBA.
7 houses.
You
could buy 7.
Yeah, 100%.
You could buy 7 or 3.5 houses, depending on how big you want the house to be. So yeah, like you need to get that funding. You need to you really need to. There's quite a lot of funding, especially for people from Africa.
Yeah.
There's special programs for that.
No, definitely. Because I wanted to do mine in Columbia.
Columbia, that's a very good school.
I wanted to do mine at Columbia Business School.
That's a very
and
good school.
then I didn't get funding and all that stuff
Yeah,
and time.
Yeah.
And I was very adamant that I'm doing it in 2020
Yeah.
because I wanted to finish at 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I was like, okay, well, where can we do it in South Africa? And then GIBBS.
And then GIBBS, yeah. So then I did research. Okay, I said, what are the best business schools for an MBA around the world?
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously Harvard is up there.
Yeah.
But London School of Economics, specifically for an MBA, are ranked number one one of these years.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, one of the years. I think because there's MIT Sloan, there's
IE in Spain, I think. Yeah.
In Spain, they're very good as well. What's attractive to the London School of Economics? I mean, it's London. Yeah.
And London School of Economics.
And also
I was meant to do my bachelor's of ecos there.
Yeah, and then
money.
It's not no.
We don't have the money. My mom always wanted me to do my degree at London Business School, London School of Economics. Always.
You can still do some form of education.
Dude, I've graduated 4 times. Do I really need to do it again?
Yeah, you know TDJX, ne? You know TDJX, ne?
Yeah.
He's graduated 13 times.
Yeah, good for him.
You're tired as tired now.
And please, minus the honorary degrees, how many times is that? See, there we go.
I don't know about the honorary degrees. So
exactly.
I'll have to ask him.
Yeah.
I'll just call him up and ask
him. Yeah,
him.
please do.
Then
let me know.
Yeah.
Because that's the real test.
Yeah.
Honorary degrees, I mean, it depends on who honors you and stuff. So, yeah.
Don't do that. So also London School. It's also Chelsea is in London, so I could go watch the Chelsea games, and then.
So have you added the costs of going to watch the Chelsea games in your?
I haven't.
Budget.
No,
you better. Because it defeats the purpose if you say it's close to Chelsea so I can watch the game.
I'm just gonna walk in and see.
Hey, it's not South Africa. You can't just poke a hole there by soccer city and just enter. No.
Is it? I know. I'll just buy the Chelsea season pass and then just go and watch.
Oh, Chelsea season pass. How much is that?
I'm too afraid to look.
You shouldn't. If you're speaking about it, then. But you know what?
Yeah?
You know what? Actually, I'm not gonna discourage you.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do it. It's just a matter of time.
Then you come back and I give you to Robin. She can find you a good job.
Find me.
No. You must go higher. Not EA. Come on.
EA.
Executive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can hire you guys.
No. But then I'll be an executive.
When I say you guys, I'm saying the executive assistants.
Okay, yeah. Other executive assistants. People coming after me.
Yeah, exactly. And so what the benefit about that is, I think it's 1 year. It's 1 year, so it's quicker, but far more intense.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's 1 year, so that's where I want to go for an MBA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I just
Please do it.
Yeah, I'll
it changes your life.
Is it?
It really does. Like guys, like I would recommend it any day.
Yeah.
It there's something about doing that degree that distinguishes
you from everybody else. Yeah.
Apart from you, just your outlook on life. Your outlook on life changes completely. If it doesn't, then it doesn't, then you didn't do the right degree.
Exactly.
Yeah, you didn't do the right MBA.
You have to be a completely different person.
You have to. There's
to
no way.
Yeah.
Hence, I said I'm a completely different person than I was 3 years ago because when 3 years ago I didn't have an MBA. I was studying for it, but now I have it. I'm a completely different person.
Yeah.
More humbled, but also more experienced.
Yeah.
More gracious. More because it knocks you. It knocks you, but it also builds you up.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So questions that you have to ask me. Yes.
So your podcast has grown, right? Over the years. But what has kept you going?
That's
because I mean, you look at other podcasts that obviously shoot up, just almost instantly. And yours, I mean, I've been a part of your journey since we started working. Right? And you really have been putting in the work for years. I mean, we've been working for 9.5 years.
Yeah, 9.5 years.
Yeah,
It'll be
you've
a
been
decade
doing.
next year.
It will be 10 next year,
Yeah.
and you literally have been doing this
Yeah.
for almost 10
Yeah.
years,
Yeah.
and I stand to be corrected, but from what I see is that I feel like you're literally only scratching the surface in terms of getting the recognition that I truly believe you deserve.
Mm-hmm.
So what keeps you going?
What keeps me going? Money. No, I'm joking. No, not money. So with it, I have the understanding that this is something I am going to be doing until I die. It's the long-term view. And if I look at other people from just a podcast perspective, I'm not talking about books, I'm not talking about speeches, just from a podcast perspective. I looked at the most famous podcast in the world, Joe Rogan.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when he signed $100 million with Spotify, I'm like, $100 million. Yo, I got an ATM
Yeah. No, honestly, I mean, at that point, why are you driving out to go get cash elsewhere?
I'm having an ATM right. I have an ATM. He had been on it for no less than a decade. He had something like 1,000 episodes in before he got the Spotify deal. And then for me, I realized that my impatience at times is not going to pay off. So I would need to be patient, because the times when I was impatient in life and in school, things didn't work out.
Yeah.
But I realized that the good things take time. I saw this post on Instagram once that I think it was Lionel Messi was saying this, but I'm not too sure. I stand to be corrected. He said it took 17 odd years for him to be an overnight success. And what keeps me going is the things that I'm learning, the people that I'm meeting, the lessons that I'm learning from all the different people from all different walks of life. And also realizing that it's sort of like if you got your executive assistant position within 6 months of you saying that you wanted it, you probably would have messed it up.
Yeah.
You probably would not hold it dear as you do currently right now.
Yeah.
And then also, I believe in something where it says everything earned, nothing given. You can be given opportunities, you can be given good breaks, but the day somebody gives you something that you didn't have to work for in whatever form, then I think you sort of like sell your soul. Like, for example, like if Joe Rogan came and just gave me his podcast, I didn't work for it. I didn't build it.
100%.
That's the thing. I remember I did a post on Instagram once where I said there are no rich men's sons in the major leagues. What that means is that people who come from rich families, not all of them, but some who come from rich families who've got everything given to them, all the opportunities handed to them on a silver platter, all the money in the world given to them, they can have that, but they don't have the character, which is very important.
Yes.
The character to maintain that, the character and the grit, so that when things go wrong, eventually they don't know how to bounce back. They don't know what rock bottom is. They don't know what patience is. They don't know what heartbreak looks like over and over and over again. And it's that really builds a person. It's really that builds a man or the woman. And so me having been at it, speeches, books, going around the world, finding answers, getting jobs, losing jobs, starting businesses, having businesses crash and fail and losing my money and other people's money and coming back again, it really builds character. So the thing that keeps me going is I believe deep down that the things that I'm doing is the right thing.
Yeah.
It's 100% the right thing. And no, I don't need somebody else to tell me that that's the right thing. It's great to have it validated. It's great for people to say, I love your work. This is a great thing. But I'm at the point in my life where I don't need that for me to know that this is the right thing that I'm building. And just like what was it, last year, somebody reached out to buy the podcast. They offered me money to buy the podcast. And I said no. I said no because it's still very new. It's not even 3 years old, and it's not where I want it to be. And now if you buy it now, I'm gonna like, this is way too, because now you control what I say, you control what I
Yes.
do, you control. Now they don't like Becky, now she can't be on the show. They don't like whoever it is, and now they can't be on the show. And then also it's the satisfaction of laying a brick on the wall day by day, and also the caliber of people who come in. Like we've got you, we've got all these fantastic guests that are coming in, and just them being able to realize that their voice matters. They've got a story to share,
Yeah.
and they can pass it on to their friends, and their friends are like, oh my gosh, she's my hero, or oh my goodness, I didn't know this person knew what to say. Because a lot of people have got a lot of things to say, they have a lot of things to share, but then they feel
100%.
muted,
Yes.
and they feel afraid. And because I had the courage to say I'm going to open up a platform, put myself out there, and have people share their views, it really sets you apart. I mean, even now at the program management job I have in corporate, I can guarantee you now, when I was interviewing for it, it wasn't a case of can you do the job? It was a case of, okay, so when do you start? What's your price? And part of that is they look at all the things that I've worked towards building, the books and the podcasts, and just everything that I've been building. It's starting to really start pay dividends only now, because
Yeah.
they're seeing it's okay. This guy at this young age, I mean, because it's one of the programs that I'm on now, working very closely with the executives. They're like saying, at your young age, you've done this, you've done this, you've done this. We want to give you a strategic initiative. We want you to do all these things. And that's because of all the work that you've put in. Now, if this was 7 years ago, it wouldn't have been the case, because I don't have the time in. You need to really put the time in. And I'm a big stickler about sticking it through, putting in the work. And then at the end of it, the recognition will come when the recognition comes. So that's what keeps me going, because I believe this is the right thing, and I believe that I'm making a difference, and I believe that, and I'm also having a lot of fun while doing it.
Okay.
It's tiring, it's difficult, yes, it costs money, but it's also fun, and I know that I'm doing the right thing, and eventually I'll be able to sell it for $1 billion and then retire on the beach. Now I don't think I'll ever retire, because I'll be too bored. I'll always be like chasing the next thing. And also this slogan keeps me going. Success is the progressive realization of with ideal. So it's you always going, always chasing. The moment that you stop is the moment that you're screwed, really, because now you're not going to start making any effort. And I can't picture my life where I'm not putting in effort. So that's what keeps me going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, that's interesting.
Yeah. Last question before we.
Last question.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeez. I mean, you said earlier on that you get different people from all walks of life, right? To and you give them a platform.
Yeah.
But even in giving, in having a diverse guest panel that you're always selecting from, or guest box, so to speak, that you're always selecting your guests from. There's a criteria. So what is, like, I would assume there's some form of criteria, because I mean, obviously, with your podcast, like I listened to it, and there's a lot of things that I'm also learning about myself through listening to your podcast with other guests. So what is the one common thing that all your guests have to bring for them to be on the podcast?
One, I think you mustn't be a murderous psychopath. Like, you can't be angibafuna butabo best angibafuni. No. Somebody else can interview.
Yeah.
No. Because so again, you have to align with the theme.
Yes.
Before we even start, like when before you interview, they're like, "What are your values? Do you align with the values of the company?"
Yes.
You have to align with the value of the show, which is, again, success is a progressive realization of with the ideal. So you need to be on a path of living a life, or looking to find answers to what is a worthy ideal for you.
Yourself.
whatever that avenue is, and it manifests itself in different ways. You also need to be really curious about learning and sharing.
Yes.
And you also need to want to bring a different perspective on a relevant issue. And you need to be successful in your own right.
Yes.
You need to have done something, or you're working towards doing something in your own right. There are some people who have a ton of money, and other people who are not getting by, but they're like, they're on the come up. They still have lessons to learn from each. So that is the criteria that you would need to be on the show, because there's quite a lot of people who've asked to be here, and I'm like, we'll see about it. I've got a big backlog. We'll see. But your backlog, I'm like, no. I'm like, I'll speak to my producer and let's see what they're saying. Auntie, I already know what to. Let's wait. Let's
wait it out a bit.
Let's wait it out.
Let's align.
Let's
align.
Make sure that the stars are aligning.
Yes.
And then, like, for example, like if we had, remember Steinhoff, with the whole Steinhoff thing.
Yes.
If I had someone who was responsible for what happened at Steinhoff in like a malicious way, I would still be interested in hearing that story.
Okay.
I don't agree with your morality.
100%.
I don't agree with what you did, but I'm curious on learning your side of what you were saying.
Yeah.
First of all, a convicted murderer right now who hasn't been able to turn their life around, I couldn't have on.
Okay. So what if someone who had done their time
and they've reformed?
I
would.
Even though the public does not believe they've reformed, but
I would still
obviously doing your own research and out of the research that you've done, you realize actually this person has reformed.
I believe in a chance, a second chance, another chance, another chance.
Okay.
If you are like someone murders someone and someone is a convicted rapist, not accused, because those are two different things.
Yes.
If you are a convicted murderer, a convicted felon, you've done your 10, 20, 15 years, and then you rebuilt your life.
And you're reintegrating
into society. Those are very powerful stories to share, because I consider you a success because you've made mistakes. You've done what is the wrong thing. You've learned. You've grown. And what having a person like that on the show means is that there's hope for someone who has literally made mistakes.
Yes.
And wants to start again.
Yeah.
And you can hear their stories and you validate their stories. So I have them on the show. People who are obnoxious and they're just hateful and have an erudite opinion about themselves, and it's very difficult. And people who are easy to speak to. Okay. People who are difficult to speak to. Oh,
like everything is a shutdown.
Everything is a shutdown. Yes. No. I used to be open to debate. You need to be open to learning.
Yeah.
So those are the criteria. And then also it's like you can sort of sense someone's energy, man.
Okay.
You can really sense someone's energy. For me, not to say that for me, the hard criteria is you mustn't be a known criminal.
Okay.
I'm not going to... Like a vele, like you're a known criminal. Like if my level was still alive. I'm sorry.
What you gonna do? I put in microwave.
Like this.
Right. Put the knife here.
What can I do? What? Like I know because
you gonna give me.
You give me. So if it is like known and it is proven that you are a criminal and you have zero intent on changing. Like zero intent on changing. Okay. It'll be difficult. Okay. I'm not going to say that I wouldn't have them on the show. I just say it would be very difficult.
Okay.
I'm very open to having politicians on the show. I'm busy putting my short list together.
I would love to.
Like if I can have Julius here, that would be great.
Yeah, I would.
Like if Julius was here, I'd have him, and then I'd invite you just to be there, just to be the hype person.
Yeah, that's because I'm like ask him these. I'd be texting you.
Ask you. So like politicians, 100%. Religious leaders, 100%. I want to get an exorcist on the show. I actually want to do that. Someone who casts out demons. I want to do that.
Wow.
I don't know. It's like I want to do. I want to understand how you do it. Namasangoma. I want them on the show as well.
Yeah. Okay.
That's people from all walks of life who are successful in their own right.
Yeah.
And have a moral compass. Mm-hmm. If I were to say that.
Okay. Some form of a moral
have
compass.
To have some form of a moral compass. It's like, for example, if I knew Becky, the whole world knows that Becky is a drug dealer, and all of her efforts right now are damaging a lot of people, and a lot of people
and she does not care.
And doesn't care. That's not for me. That's not for me.
Because also, I mean, your podcast is, I don't know. Anyways, from what I see, it's more of an inspirational podcast. Yeah,
it's
right?
Inspirational education.
So,
so
it's not
I don't
just
want to inspire you to go kill people. You know
yeah.
Like we can talk about, we can document stories and talk about events
and talk about like how you come out of it, but not how you're staying in it.
How you staying in it? I wouldn't. So those are the kind of the guests. So, you're an established company, like you're part of the first What are the first 20? Yeah,
I was number 5.
5. Yeah, you're number 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, number 5. Yeah, you're number 5.
If I was number 4, I was gonna be like, oh my gosh, 4 is my lucky number. 4 years.
4 years.
Number 4.
We see you on the top 4. So yeah, that's the criteria for being on the podcast. There's quite a number of people I've turned down.
Okay, nicely. And I have to say that you're doing amazing work.
Thank you.
You really are doing amazing work, and just to see the growth from 3 years ago to now, it's beautiful to watch. Yeah. It has been such a beautiful journey to just witness this magic. And I on my WhatsApp status, I think not status, what's this profile bio thing?
Yeah.
I think mine says, just because we're magic, it doesn't mean we're real, by Jesse Williams. It was something, it's part of his speech for something that he did. I can't remember, for some recognition that he got. And I truly believe in that. And I think that, you are magic. Thank you. With you, the beauty about your magic is that we're witnessing it as we go along. And I from the bottom of my heart, it's been such an amazing journey. I mean, we've been friends for 10 years this year, because we started being friends in honors. Yes, we knew each other before, but we started being friends in honors, and it's 10 years.
While I was breaking house rules, yes.
Yeah, well, you... And do you remember how we actually became friends? I remember. I'll tell you.
Yeah, tell me.
I had borrowed 5 rand from you.
Yeah.
And I bought, there was a raffle going around, and I bought brownies.
Gift 5 or something?
Yeah, gift 5 or something. Something like that. And you had 5 rand.
Yeah.
And I asked you for 5 rand because you were at my raised door.
Yeah.
And I asked you for 5 rand. You're like, yeah, sure. And I said, I'll pay you back. And you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And
I was like, I ain't gonna see this.
Yes. And then I gave it back.
Yeah.
I gave it back, and you're like, oh my gosh, like I didn't. And I said, no, it's the principle.
Oh, okay.
It's the principle of it. I said I would pay you back.
Principled lady.
Yes, I said I would pay you back, and then from then onwards we started being friends.
Yeah, 100%.
No,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
So with the guests that are lined up, there's a number of DJs that want to come on. Black Coffee, when he has time, because the guy doesn't have time.
Obviously.
This guy, he's busy headlining in New York.
Yes.
Madison Square Garden. It's like, when you're done.
Yes, just pull through.
The one guess I don't think I'd know how to handle myself when this happens is Trevor Noah. I wouldn't know how to handle myself.
We'll talk about that offline.
Is it?
I need a favor on that.
With Trevor Noah,
I would faint.
If you were sitting
I would faint. No, I'd faint.
I think that's the only person alive today. I'm really being serious. Alive today. If you were sitting there, I wouldn't know how to. Everyone else, Jay-Z, Beyonce, I believe I could handle. Will Smith, Denzel Washington, I could be able to have.
I would legit faint.
Barack Obama, I could.
I'd have my asthma pump ready because I would faint.
Trevor Noah, yeah.
He would literally take my breath away.
Just like
Literally.
and now, so when I make it happen.
You know when you say you made my heart skip a beat?
Yeah,
That would literally happen.
Trevor Noah is like.
I'd go into cardiac arrest.
Exactly, and he grew up in Soweto, bro.
Right?
Yes, like
That's what I'm saying. We'll talk about it offline.
We'll talk
I don't want people stealing my ideas.
No, sure. We'll talk about it offline.
Yeah, offline.
All right, Becky, we've reached the conclusion of today's session. Thank you very much for your time and
Thank
for
you.
taking time out of your busy schedule. It's quarter end. Yeah. No sleep for you. Get yourself some energy drinks and get ready for that. It's been a wonderful conversation, and well, I'm sure that the people who call you their hero are going to love this. And thank you for your time. See you again when you have the time.
Let's make it another 3 years.
Yeah, another 3 years. We'll see you
Another 3 years.
2026.
Yeah.
2026.
Yeah, then we'll see how far I am.
Yes, we'll see how far we are in our
Yeah,
respective
right?
journeys.
Yes.
And so thank you for that.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
Right,
Jobless
so-
followers.
So everybody, that's me, NJ, with Rebecca Twala. She's doing so well that people call her Rebecca Twala. She has a
No, it's Twala, guys.
It's Twala, guys.
It's Twala.
So that's her. She's an MBA graduate from GIBBS. She's an executive assistant, kicking ass and taking names. And it's been a very great conversation that we've had. And remember, guys, that success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. That means you're going after what you've always wanted to go after because it's aligned with your highest values. And that's the only way for you to live a fulfilled and a happy life. We will see you on the next episode. Thank you very much, everybody.
Boo, 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 boo.
That was a good one.
Thank you for joining us on this episode on the NJ Podcast. Make sure to visit the website, the njpodcast.captivateair.fm, where you can subscribe to the show in iTunes, Stitcher, all the other podcast platforms, or via RSS so you never miss a show. You can also find the video content on the YouTube channel and Instagram page. That will be Njablo James on YouTube and njablo.j.ngosi for Instagram. Please subscribe and follow on those platforms as well. And while you're at it, if you found value in the show, we'd appreciate a rating on the podcast platforms, or if you'd like to tell a friend about the show, that will help us out too. If you'd like more information about published or upcoming books, visit www.njablojames.com for more information. Please reach out if you would like to share what you would like to hear and which guests should be invited to the show. And remember, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, which means that you are doing what you have always wanted to do because it is aligned with your highest values, and this is the only way you can live a truly fulfilled life. Now just chill until the next episode.